In the world of mountaineering, danger takes many forms. There are icy precipices, unpredictable weather, and the ever-present threat of altitude sickness. These elements combine to create an environment where every step must be calculated, every decision weighed with the utmost care. Altitude sickness can strike without warning, turning a seemingly manageable climb into a life-threatening ordeal. The higher you go, the thinner the air becomes, making each breath a struggle. Yet, one mountain stands apart, feared and revered for its deadly reputation: Annapurna. This peak is not just another challenge, it is a test of human endurance and spirit. Located in the Nepalese Himalayas, this monstrous peak has earned a chilling title: the deadliest mountain on Earth. Its very name evokes a sense of awe and trepidation among climbers worldwide. Its slopes are littered with the ghosts of climbers who dared to challenge its icy grip, a stark reminder of the mountain's unforgiving nature. Each piece of abandoned gear tells a story of ambition, struggle, and often, tragedy. The weather on Annapurna is notoriously unpredictable. Storms can roll in with little warning, transforming the landscape into a frozen, wind-swept battleground. The mountain's own topography adds to the danger, with steep slopes and hidden crevasses waiting to catch the unwary. Annapurna isn't just one peak, but a massif, a complex of summits, each holding its own allure and peril. The massif includes several major peaks, each with its own unique challenges and dangers. Towering above them all is Annapurna Worst, the 10th highest mountain in the world, reaching a staggering 8,091 meters above sea level. This peak is the crown jewel of the massif, drawing climbers from around the globe. While other 8,000ers boast higher summits, none can match Annapurna's grim statistics. The mountain's fatality rate is a sobering reminder of the risks involved in high-altitude climbing. For every 3 climbers who have successfully stood on its summit, one has perished in the attempt. This chilling ratio paints a picture of the mountain's unforgiving nature, a stark warning to those who dare to dream of conquering its heights. This statistic is not just a number. It represents the lives of those who have faced the ultimate test of their skills and endurance. Each climber who attempts Annapurna must confront this reality, knowing that the odds are stacked against them. But what is it about Annapurna that makes it so deadly? The answer lies in a combination of factors: a perfect storm of geographical challenges, unpredictable weather, and the mountain's own inherent instability. The terrain is treacherous, with steep, icy slopes that can give way without warning. Avalanches are a constant threat, capable of sweeping away everything in their path. The weather can change in an instant, turning a clear day into a blizzard. This is a mountain that does not suffer fools gladly, a place where even the most experienced climbers can find themselves outmatched. The margin for error is razor thin, and the consequences of a mistake can be fatal. Annapurna demands respect and preparation. It is a place where the line between success and failure is often determined by the smallest of margins. For those who dare to take on this formidable challenge, the rewards are immense, but the risks are equally great. Annapurna is a beast of a mountain. Its slopes a labyrinth of treacherous crevasses, ice falls that collapse without warning, and avalanche-prone slopes just waiting to sweep the unwary into oblivion. The mountain's southern face, a sheer wall of rock and ice, is considered one of the most difficult climbs in the world. It's a vertical maze that demands technical mastery and nerves of steel. Adding to the challenge is the ever-present threat of the weather. The Himalayas are notorious for their unpredictable conditions, and Annapurna is no exception. Sudden blizzards can engulf the mountain in a whiteout, blinding climbers and burying their camps under meters of snow. Temperatures can plummet to life-threatening lows, testing the limits of human endurance. But perhaps the most dangerous aspect of Annapurna is its geology. The mountain is composed of unstable rock and ice, prone to frequent avalanches and rockfalls. These natural events can occur with little warning, transforming the mountain into a deadly avalanche of debris in the blink of an eye. Even the approach to Annapurna is fraught with danger. The trek to base camp winds through dense forests and along narrow, exposed ridges, where one misstep could send a climber tumbling into the void. It's a journey that tests both physical and mental fortitude, a reminder that the mountain demands respect long before you reach its base. The history of Annapurna is etched in both triumph and tragedy. This formidable peak, standing at 8,091 meters, has long been a beacon for climbers around the world, drawing them with its majestic yet perilous allure. The mountain first captured the attention of climbers in the early 20th century. its towering presence a siren call to those seeking adventure in the world's highest places. These early adventurers were driven by a mix of curiosity, ambition, and the desire to conquer the unknown. Early expeditions were met with fierce resistance from the mountain, their attempts to summit often ending in failure or worse. The harsh conditions, unpredictable weather, and treacherous terrain proved to be formidable adversaries. One of the earliest recorded attempts on Annapurna was made in 1932 by a French expedition led by Maurice Herzog. This team, undeterred by the mountain's fearsome reputation, set out with high hopes and meticulous planning. The team's goal was to explore the mountain's flanks and assess its feasibility for a future summit attempt. They meticulously studied the terrain, mapping out potential routes and identifying key challenges they might face. They were forced to turn back due to treacherous conditions, their retreat a harrowing tale of survival in the face of relentless storms and dwindling supplies. The mountain's wrath was unyielding, and the team barely escaped with their lives. In 1936, a German expedition led by Peter Aufschneider attempted to reach the summit via the north face. This team, too, was well prepared and determined to conquer the peak that had eluded so many before them. They too were defeated by the mountain's ferocity, their efforts hampered by avalanches and the brutal cold. The unforgiving environment took its toll, forcing the climbers to abandon their quest and retreat to safety. This expedition, however, made significant contributions to the mapping of the Annapurna Massif, paving the way for future climbers. The detailed maps and observations they provided were invaluable for subsequent expeditions. The tragedies continued, but so did the determination of those who sought to conquer Annapurna. In 1950, a French expedition led by Maurice Herzog made history by reaching the summit of Annapurna Wert, marking the first time an 8,000er had been successfully climbed. This monumental achievement was celebrated worldwide, heralding a new era in high-altitude mountaineering. However, their triumph came at a terrible cost. The descent proved to be even more challenging than the ascent, with the climbers facing extreme exhaustion, severe weather, and the constant threat of avalanches. The descent was a nightmare, plagued by frostbite, exhaustion, and dwindling supplies. The team members suffered greatly, with many of them sustaining life-threatening injuries. Herzog and his climbing partner, Louis Lacanal, both suffered severe frostbite, requiring amputations. Their ordeal was a stark reminder of the dangers inherent in high-altitude climbing and the thin line between success and disaster. Their story, while a testament to human courage and determination, also served as a stark reminder of the price that can be paid for daring to challenge the world's deadliest mountain. The legacy of these early attempts is a blend of inspiration and caution, urging future climbers to respect the formidable power of Annapurna. The 1950 French expedition's successful ascent of Annapurna Wert, though marred by hardship, marked a turning point in mountaineering history. This expedition was not just a climb, it was a saga of human endurance, bravery, and the relentless pursuit of the unknown. The team faced unimaginable challenges, yet their determination never wavered. It was the first time any 8,000er had been successfully climbed, a feat that captured the world's imagination and cemented Annapurna's place in mountaineering lore. The achievement was celebrated globally, inspiring countless future expeditions and setting a new benchmark in the annals of high-altitude climbing. Led by Maurice Herzog, the team initially struggled to find a viable route to the summit. They faced dead-end couloirs, treacherous ice falls, and the constant threat of avalanches. Each step forward was a battle against nature's most formidable forces, testing their skills and resolve. The constant threat of avalanches loomed over them, a reminder of the mountain's unpredictable and deadly nature. Every decision had to be made with utmost caution, as one wrong move could spell disaster for the entire team. Their persistence, however, eventually paid off. After weeks of grueling effort, they discovered a route up the mountain's daunting south face. This was no ordinary path. It was a perilous climb that would test their skills and resolve to the limit. The south face of Annapurna presented a formidable challenge, with its steep inclines and treacherous ice. The climbers had to navigate through a maze of crevasses and seracs, each step fraught with danger. But their determination was unwavering. On June 3, 1950, Herzog and his climbing partner, Louis Lacanal, stood triumphant on the summit of Annapurna Wert. They had achieved what many thought impossible, standing atop one of the world's highest peaks. They had conquered the mountain, but their ordeal was far from over. The descent proved to be even more treacherous than the ascent. The path down was fraught with new challenges, each step a reminder of the mountain's unforgiving nature. The descent proved to be even more treacherous than the ascent. Battered by storms, exhausted, and with their supplies dwindling, the team faced a desperate struggle for survival. The harsh weather conditions added to their woes, making every step a battle against the elements. Battered by storms, exhausted, and with their supplies dwindling, the team faced a desperate struggle for survival. The relentless wind and snow made it difficult to see or move, and the cold sapped their strength. Every moment was a fight to stay alive. They became lost in the labyrinthine slopes, their situation growing increasingly dire. The mountain's terrain was a maze of ice and rock, and finding the right path was a daunting task. Their physical and mental limits were pushed to the brink. To make matters worse, both Herzog and Lachenal began to suffer the debilitating effects of severe frostbite. The extreme cold had taken its toll, and their fingers and toes were numb and blackened. The pain was excruciating, but they had no choice but to press on. Their story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, but it also serves as a chilling reminder of the unforgiving nature of the mountains. The expedition showcased the best and worst of human endurance, highlighting both the triumphs and the tragedies that come with such daring endeavors. They had achieved the impossible, but their victory was marred by suffering and loss. The cost of their success was high, with lasting physical and emotional scars. Their journey remains a poignant reminder of the thin line between triumph and tragedy in the world of high-altitude mountaineering. Their experience on Annapurna would forever be etched in mountaineering history, a cautionary tale of triumph and terror on the world's deadliest peak. It stands as a powerful narrative of human ambition, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of the unknown, reminding us of the ever-present risks in the quest for greatness.